Hey, what's up, everybody? Jim Batchis here with Trade Pulse Technologies. Pumped to be back with everyone this week again. Thrilled to be able to share our platform with everyone and show an example really in real time of how our platform can provide a real benefit to the active trader, the intraday trader. Anyone looking to get an edge in the marketplace is really who we're trying to help here. So for those a little unfamiliar with Trade Pulse, we are a order flow analytics company. So really what we provide is real-time market flow data. We provide real-time order flow data. And we also provide our own AI-driven signal to give you even a further insight into how a stock may perform throughout the rest of the day. So again, really our goal, our mission, we want to be able to provide a real-time edge intraday so you can get in at the most opportune entry points and really give yourself the best chance for investment success. So have a really cool example that I'm going to pull up here for everybody to help illustrate how you can best take advantage of our platform and how you can really attain that edge that we're trying to provide with our data. So I'm going to pull up an example here from yesterday using Axon Enterprise. So this is from yesterday, November 5th. So this is exactly how you'd see it on our platform from yesterday. And what you're looking at is the data from market open to market close. And I'll go through the data points here to really help tie everything together in terms of what we're looking at. So first thing I want you to see is the black line here. That is the stock price intraday, minute by minute in real time. So if you were to be following this yesterday, you'd be seeing that price update as the market progresses. So you have all the available up to the minute market flow data for Axon. You'll see this light blue line kind of going parallel with it. This is what we call our large deal flow data. So this is all the big money orders that are coming in for Axon. So institutional orders, hedge funds, mutual funds, really $100,000 or more is kind of what we would quantify there. So again, that's that light blue line. And then next you'll see this red shade here facing down, and then some of this green shade here towards the right facing up. This is what we call our retail order momentum flow. So this is all your intraday retail momentum orders. So really taking the pulse of the retail market. So green meaning more buying than selling here. And then the red capturing more selling than buying. So again, that's the intraday sentiment that we're tracking there. And then lastly, this vertical green bar here that you see, this is what we call our power inflow signal. So this is our AI-driven signal that we provide intraday, usually within the first 2 hours of the day. And essentially, this signal is activated anytime we have captured a significant shift in the order flow from negative to positive. So this is a bullish trend indicator. So we're trying to provide an insight in how a stock may move throughout the rest of the day. And essentially, we're saying when this signal is activated, there's a very high likelihood the stock will rise throughout the day versus the point that it's at now. So, and then just to give you a little more color on this signal, we track over 2,000 stocks on our platform. Only about 20 signals per day will come in. So it's a very specific signal, and it's very specific to the data that we're seeing there. So we don't want to provide 2,000 signals. We're providing around 20 because it's really specific to what our algorithm is picking up and what the data says. So if we dig a little deeper into this example for Axon, you'll notice that black line here, the price out of the open yesterday, it went up a little bit, and then there was some pullback, and it was pretty stagnant for that first hour of trading. It went up to about $5.99, and then came back down into around $5.83. And then you'll notice that power inflow signal came in around 10:30 a.m. So you'll notice if you check out the red shade here, that's our retail. You can see how much selling there was. And then on the large deal side, you can see that was kind of decreasing a little bit as well. But when that power inflow signal came in, you'll notice there was a shift. That red shade we just talked about on the retail side, you can see how that's really started to thin out and then eventually turn green, really illustrating that there was a real shift towards the buy side on the retail side of things. And you can see that green momentum really lasted throughout the rest of the day. And then look at that light blue line, the large deal flow data we talked about. You can see it was a real steady increase throughout the rest of the day. It was really consistently increasing to the buy side on the large deal side. And lo and behold, you can see what happened with the price. Immediately following that power inflow signal, you could see a real jump in the price yesterday. And it was pretty consistent throughout the rest of the day, kind of following the order flow data that we were tracking. And, this is really that edge we're trying to provide, because, anybody that was following Axon yesterday in the first hour of trading, probably wouldn't have seen any real reason to buy it. It looked kind of weak. It was pretty stagnant, not really moving off the price very much. But this is the value of following order flow analytics and really what our signal can provide as an added benefit. Because really we're trying to identify, a bullish trend in the stock underlying the stock price that you see. We're trying to show that underlying bullish momentum that the order flow can show you. So, if you got in around when the power inflow came in yesterday and sold around the intraday high, remained close to about 656 in terms of the intraday high, and it stayed in that same ballpark throughout the rest of the day, you could have made around a 12% gain just by being able to time the market at the most opportune time. And again, that's really the edge we're trying to provide. And that's really the value that order flow analytics can provide to you in a real-time benefit and being able to get in at the most opportune entry points. Because I think everybody ideally would like to buy low and sell high. This is how we can provide that benefit in terms of getting you at the most opportune time. So just one example we could provide, as I mentioned, there's about 20 stocks per day that will get this power inflow signal. You can see them on the right here. These are some of the stocks that have had that power inflow today. So you can always check which ones have generated that power inflow and see how the stocks perform relative to that signal that we provide. Or if you wanted to search any stock, up at the top here, we have a search bar. If you wanted to type in any symbol, you could pull up that stock and you can just see what the order flow is doing. So if you wanted to pull up a stock and see, all right, what's the institutional side doing with the light blue line, or what's the retail momentum flow look like? You can pull up any stock, see what the data is showing there, and then you can make your decisions based off that as well. So different ways to use our platform. Thought this would be a really useful example to help illustrate, how powerful the order flow data is and being able to predict the stock price movement throughout the day, and really, what the data can show you in terms of getting it at the most opportune time. So just one example. Really hope you found this one useful. If you have any more questions or want to learn more, you can go to our website. We're at tradepulse.net. Again, you can reach us there. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We'd be happy to get back to you. But you can also access a free trial there as well. So for 30 days, if you want to get in there, test out the data, see how it can benefit you, and hopefully you see a real benefit and edge that the data provides you, because that's really what we're trying to give. So if you love it, there's 3 different subscription packages that you can choose from to stick with us. But again, you can get in there and just test it out first with our free trial, and then go from there. But really want to thank everybody for joining today. It's always a pleasure to be with everyone. Really a pleasure to be able to partner with Tradier. And again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out, because we'd be happy to get back to you at any time. So thanks again for joining today. Really appreciate it, and I'm sure we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.